If we're to dive in now into the
Mhm.
watch chat for the audience, say they are approaching their first watch, they would like to invest in a lovely timepiece. What sort of things would you recommend for people to be looking out?
Mm. Well, I think number one, and I do this frequently with friends who've not bought a watch before or had any interest, and they're like, "Dude, you've got a job talking about watches, shooting watches. What is that a real job? Is that what is that?" But it's so much fun because what you do often is you get a chance to see through the eyes of someone who's not been impacted or influenced by anything else other than just their passion and their heart. And I think one of the great things to do, and my advice, I guess, would be to look out there and see which brands speak to you, see which designs speak to you, because ultimately you're the one that's got to wear it. And what I would say is, once you buy your first, it likely won't be your last, and you want to keep that first watch. So go with your heart. Go with your heart. Of course, have an eye on your wallet, but don't let the wallet dictate everything. I'm not a financial advisor by any stretch of the imagination, and shouldn't be because I'm terrible with money. But let the heart go. And if you find a design, for example, the best value for money out there, and we have to decide whether you're going to be buying a mechanical watch to start with or a quartz watch. One being powered by your movement, the rotor on the watch powering the movement, or the other, which is a battery. And those are the fundamentally two different elements. The mechanical will be more expensive typically. Um, and then you have to decide if you're going to go through the hand wound approach, where there's no rotor that winds the movement, or the rotor. So you've got an automatic caliber or you've got a hand wound caliber. And when it comes to mechanical watches, the best value for money right now, I just off the top of my head, for anybody listening who might be open to buying a watch that's approachable price point wise, we're still talking 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 pounds, but that's kind of where you're at for entry level mechanical watches, unless you're at the Timex price point or below, which might be under £1,000, or another independent watchmaker like Baltic. But I think of Tudor. Tudor are the Rolex sister company. They're readily available. These days, some watches from a lot of brands are not readily available. You can go in and buy one, and I think that's the cool thing about it. You get all of the manufacturing quality of Rolex and the build quality um, in a package that might set you back 2.5 grand for a Tudor Pelagos or a Tudor Black Bay. Now, that's a traditional sort of dive watch, sports watch. You can change the straps on it. It can be personal to you. And that's the sort of watch I think of when I think of a great quality entry level watch. If you like dress watches, there's a German company called Nomos who are at a similar price point. If you like simple Bauhaus design, they offer amazing quality. They design a lot of their own movements in house. They build them in house, and they're a wonderful option at that price point. But as I say, you've got to go in there. My advice is go and try watches on. Go into the stores, try watches on, and see what speaks to you. You might find that the Reverso, a very unusual rectangular case that flips over on itself from Jaeger LeCoultre, speaks to you because you just love it. Or the off-center, the asymmetric dial from A. Lange& Söhne and the Lange 1. Okay, it's going to cost you a fair whack more than what we've just discussed, into the tens of thousands. But whatever it is, whatever your budget is, and whatever your heart says, those are the key factors for my advice there, Joe. Sorry, I could probably go on for hours on this.